Hello, everyone, and welcome to Red Valkyrie Presents. I'm, of course, Shae the Red, feeling like a fish out of water because, as I put up here, uh, I'm in Virginia and forgot my laptop. So I'm operating off a size crappy Chromebook. It's great. It's
Hey
great.
Shay, I just had an
Yes.
epiphany.
Uh huh.
Are you using my Chromebook mic?
No.
Okay.
How are you, Sai?
I'm doing awesome. Much better now that I'm back here and with a computer and
Yes.
a sound absorbing office and a
Yes.
computer and a
All the
computer.
things, like a computer.
Yeah.
And of course, we are here with our incredibly good friend, Mr. John Hervey. How are you, John?
Hey, family, how you guys doing?
We have missed you. We have missed you for sure.
Yeah, I miss you
For
guys too,
sure.
and it's my own fault. Just
Oh,
just
I
been
blame you.
been lifing. I've been lifing.
How dare you life? Who told you you were allowed to life?
Right? Seriously.
It's fine. No, we completely understand. Everyone has been all over the place anyway. It's been absolute chaos for almost everyone we know.
Yeah,
So we forgive you, John. It's okay.
I appreciate
Uh,
that. It means a lot.
well,
It's good to be here though. Seriously.
yeah. Oh, we love having you on. You always have such great IPs, and this is a really fun one and a fun little challenge to do a cosplay of on the road. So, speaking
So
of side,
uh,
yes,
I was just gonna say,
uh,
usually I'd be sitting here waiting for Mr. Luper to say Black Tiger Hidden Dargon. Um, but he is sick, so we're not sure if he's joining us. If he is, though, we've invited him. We'll see.
Yeah,
yes,
I think he's
if
healing in
he
the Odin
manages,
sleep right now.
yeah, and I mean, honestly, if he's sick, he should be. But if he does happen to pop up, we will 1,000% add him. Otherwise, we're just gonna roll the three of us because
Yeah.
we got this on lock. We
Yeah,
got
we
That's
do.
right. That's
All
right.
right. Here we go.
Metamorphosis completed, sir.
Shae the Red.
Has now become
Awesome.
Woo! Let's go! That's awesome.
By the way,
I
Shay, do not
decided
move out of frame. My
I,
underpants are behind you.
fantastic. I'm glad that they're directly behind me. That's
Hey,
wonderful.
Black Tiger fights for justice and also covers size draws.
Yes, we're look. I'm
It's a
I
dirty
am fighting
job,
for you all
but
to not
somebody's
have to see underwear.
nice.
It's
Oh, you look fantastic. That
thank
rocks.
you.
Let's
Thank you. And
go. I'm stoked.
here's the funny thing is you can see all of the stuff that I used to get ready.
Red
I'm like,
duct
I'm
tape?
probably gonna clean that up.
No.
It's not duct tape. It's totally not duct tape. Just
Nope.
ignore that it's coming off over here. It's fine.
No,
It's
it's just
definitely duct
shiny.
tape to my arm.
Exactly. That
We
dude,
got
that is high tech. That's a high tech suit right there.
yes,
Nothing else to it.
very very high tech.
I remember
Not low tech at all.
my son and I a number of years back we were watching Batman, and my son was just like, for some reason he just turns over to me and he says, "How long would it take him to get in and out of that costume?"
A very long time.
And I'm just
Someone
like,
who has tried to get in and out of rubber is not a quick process.
yeah. I mean, I was just like, well, let me put it this way: don't have to pee. If you need to pee, you're probably going in the costume.
That's why
Yeah, I mean,
I
he
like
needs
that
a zip.
sketch from College Humor.
Yeah.
I fight crime in a rubber suit. Really seals in the flavor.
They just,
Well,
you just have the bat.
does
I'm probably doing too much, but they had like the bat cod piece. Was it Clooney that had that, or was it Val Kilmer?
yeah.
Probably
No,
both.
Clooney. I think it was Clooney that had the cod piece.
I think Clooney had the cod piece because he
Kilmer had
realized
the
he couldn't get
nipples.
out of the
And the
suit.
nipples.
Yeah, and the nipples. Yeah,
Yeah, it was a very sexual suit.
it was. But I was like, okay, I get the cod piece. I'm just like, you're not getting out of the suit if you need to go to the bathroom. So it's probably just like a removable, just, hey, it pops off, just let's go.
Probably. It
crotchless
probably
bat
covered
suit.
his ability to pee.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. Maybe it was a stadium buddy that was like put into it. So
They catheterized him and ran a tube down his leg.
Yikes! Yikes! Oh!
No! Stadium buddy is so much better than an actual catheter.
Right?
They could have lubed it. You don't know before they inserted it.
That's still ouch. Ouch.
I don't even have.
They could have not, and then he bleeds for his acting.
Oh gosh.
So, rapidly moving on before Cyborg goes any further. Everybody doesn't know why we're here. We're here for Black Tiger Hidden Dragon Volume 2. 2. Everyone's been waiting for this. All of the split kicks and the spins and all the crazy shit that we got in the first one. Yeah, look, the lion says she can go cycling later with the reflector strips on. Yeah, yep, pretty much. It's fine. Don't worry about it. And of course,
You got to be safe when you're fighting crime.
That
but I just got to be slightly visible. How's it going? Thumbs back. Hello, Silver. Soul, of course. You guys are awesome.
Awesomeness.
All right, so we're here for book 2, and you said, okay, first off, 350 pages. What in?
So that's all in. So if you were to get,
okay.
yeah, not this book. This book is 88 pages. But if you were to get, that's all. But if you were to get Legacy of Fury and Volume 1 and Volume 2 of Hidden Dragon, you'd be near 350 pages of Black Tiger awesomeness.
That is insane.
It's a lot of Black Tiger.
So much. Yes, there's a ton of Black Tiger.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's funny that we settled on Rod's cover for the thumbnail. We liked it the best out of the two that you sent.
Absolutely.
It's a great cover. I mean,
it is.
I don't think you can go wrong with the covers.
No, I honestly, that's the one thing that I really love about this series is you guys really bring a lot of quality art, and really no matter what cover you get, you're going to get something that's going to look beautiful.
I like
it's
the
the
rainy
same
one
thing
too.
that you did. It's the same thing that you did with like the manga or Magna covers and everything.
Yeah.
So all of them are really dynamic. You can really, I know, shut up.
No. You just stumbled upon the thing that, as we were going through and working on, on everything for John, I kept trying to type manga instead of Magna.
Yeah.
It's either that or magma.
Magma.
Yeah. No one wants to say magna. They want to say magma, or they want to say manga. That's magma.
Or manga, yes.
There were no sharks with lasers, though.
No.
Magma.
All right, so tell us a little bit about this campaign and what Black Tiger Hidden Dragon Volume 2 is.
Absolutely. So, I mean, for those of you that are, back or are familiar with Black Tiger, this picks up right where Volume 1 of Hidden Dragon left off. So, I mean, this is an action-packed book. I mean, and this book,
like Shae driving right here. Holy shit!
That's awesome.
Okay, hold on. No, full disclosure. So I've been getting medicated for ADHD, and they just switched my medication today. And the big thing that we noticed is Shae is more alert, but also more, I guess, extreme.
Yeah.
So like I don't
abrupt.
Instead of like the slow stop that you normally would do, I like come in and like we're done.
Yeah.
So there was a lot. We went out before this. There was a lot of this kind of driving.
It's because like that medicine, sometimes it'll activate your mutant genes. So it's like you're stopping, but you're like, okay, you're stopping like, yards sooner than you should. You're like,
like
there's a lot of pulling into parking spaces and being like, yeah, we're done. And it's like, oh, that was kind of abrupt, and I feel like my spleen is in my throat now, but we're good.
turning into exits, that kind of thing.
Shut up! It wasn't that bad. Mostly.
I mean, you guys are alive.
Sometimes we almost died. I mean, we're fine.
We're fine. Totally
you guys made it.
Stuck the landing.
Thank you, John. Thank you. John's on my side.
You know, you guys are alive.
There. Took care of that. God, it's been so long since I kicked her. Feels good. Feels right.
Oh, hi, Shae. See, now she's sad, Tiger. Done did.
Hey, Shae. Boobs and abs. Boobs and abs.
Okay, I'm happy now.
Okay.
Yeah, see?
Boobs and abs.
That's it.
Boobs and abs are good. That's all we
Listen,
need.
there's some things that you know you're going to get from a Black Tiger book, and you would be disappointed if you did not get it. You will get that.
Split kick.
Split kicks. That's happening, and that's happening
No, it was in
profusely.
the panel just above.
Yeah, it's happening profusely in this book because there's a lot of fighting going on, and that's just signature for her.
Look at Soul Iron. I'd watch a B-movie remake of Drive Angry with Cy and Shae in the main role.
Or what was that Tarantino one that Kurt Russell was the stunt guy?
What?
Yeah, where Kurt Russell was a stunt guy driving a stunt car, and he picks up this chick in it, and because he's in the harness and the roll cage and all that shit, he intentionally gets into an accident and kills her.
What?
Because he's fine.
Oh! Are you talking about their?
It was the double feature.
Death race thing?
No, hold on.
I swear it was like Death race.
Soul Lion says death proof.
Death proof. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. See, I'm
Thank
close.
you, Soul.
I was close.
You were.
That's not bad for me. That's pretty good.
You're in the
got
neighborhood
Not
at least.
normally that close.
I had no clue. You were at least in the neighborhood.
In the neighborhood of death.
Yes, it was death something.
I knew death was in the title. It's a Tarantino film.
Yeah, death dying.
Yeah.
Pulp.
Can we just hold on for just a second, Sai? So that panel that's now currently in the upper right,
Yeah.
Where they're really close.
Yeah.
I know that they're fighting, but I'm not gonna lie. I saw that and I was like, kiss it.
Yes.
Like they're just so sudden, like just and now
Yeah.
kiss.
Right after the right cross, kiss her.
Right across,
Listen.
grab her, and then just be like little pet.
So listen. So that's you'll learn more about Lieutenant Force. So she definitely has a hate on for Black Tiger, but she's also digging Black Tiger. So it's just
Look at her.
It looks like it.
yeah.
She has a hate boner for sure.
She's
Yeah,
sending the
absolutely.
others away too.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely.
See, that's what's funny. She's like, I know that you can take a punch, so I'm gonna punch you because you're deadly and dangerous. But then I'm gonna like restrain your arms above your head.
So just a little spoilerage. So they've been doing some with metahumans the ability to basically nullify some of the powers. So notice the collar that Black Tiger is wearing.
Mm-hmm.
So she's got a nullifier on her neck.
Oh, okay.
So, basically this is Lieutenant Force's hate boner, and she's also just kind of, she's really getting a kick out of this because she's getting to basically hand-to-hand combat Black Tiger, but she's nullified Black Tiger's power, so she is,
So she's not really a threat, which means that it's I can kick your ass because I know that you can't really kick mine back.
Yeah, so that's her thought process. Her thought process that like, listen, she's like, if you and I were both in an alley and you didn't have your powers, I'd kick your butt.
Yeah.
And that also arouses her.
Yeah, clearly.
Yes.
Clearly. Look, you don't get that close to somebody that you just like punched in the face, unless you're like a little bit like, maybe we could.
Yeah. Just a little something.
A little tiny bit. It was like, kind of feeling.
So I'm telling you, man, Black Tiger's got it all.
It does.
This book has got it all.
If you want to ship 2 chicks kissing, really not hard to do.
1 second.
You got to give the people what they want.
Okay. Right. Well, so that was the funny thing is I'm sitting here like, oh, I wonder if we're gonna get another split kick because that was the big thing that we talked about in volume 1 was all of the many times that there were split kicks. And then I think I scrolled half a page and was like, oh, right there. I'm like, yep, there it is. There it is. Always a split kick. It looks so painful.
At the point you see a Black Tiger book without that, then you know Rod and I were not involved.
Yeah, exactly. This is clearly an imitation.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
I'm fixing it. Hold on.
Are you gonna get rid of the E? I'll finish her. Yep, I do it. Look at that.
That's editing on the fly, people.
There you go. Oh, that was.
Oh, yes.
I had to.
that was a worthwhile type of
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, especially since the next bubble is now. Where were we?
She's like, well, hello there. Pretty little
Come
thing.
here
We
often.
can't do anything. All right. So you were saying that this takes place where Volume 1 ended.
That's
and
right.
that there's just basically a shit ton of fighting.
Absolutely. And it's a journey. So you have like the physical journey, but also as she journeys through the power, you get some flashbacks. So you get well, this is a scene. This is an actual scene where they go to the ziggurat, because you got to go to the ziggurat. And what you're doing is you're starting to understand the linkage of the Black Tiger power throughout history, and it's not just in Asia. So you'll get some pretty cool stuff, and the dragon, is a symbol that many cultures you'll see in many cultures. So Quetzalcoatl, dragon. You'll see some linkages between that, and then we have a kind of I wouldn't call it a drug-induced flashback, but she has a flashback, a power flashback to the time of the samurai, because the whole thing with the Black Tiger power is it's a power that has been wielded throughout time by different folks.
Right.
And what she's able to tap into is basically, kind of like sight from prior holders of the power.
So this
Yeah,
is it's
like
really funny
the
because,
Witchblade does sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, and I was going to say this really kind of reminds me of like if you're going to go kind of into the Asian lore and history, where you have a metalsmith or an ironsmith who has made blades, and it was passed down from generation to generation to generation to generation, and they all kind of gather that same amount of knowledge, but instead of it being like a skill set that you can train like specifically like that, this is like a power that literally courses through our bloodline.
Yeah.
And as the bloodline continues, the power continues, and you have a connection to everything before.
And it's that connectivity, it's that kind of string that runs through. That's what she's starting to be able to tap into, and she's going to need to be able to. Oh, go ahead.
I'm just going to point out one thing. Okay, so she has her arm up to block the rubble from hitting her.
Mm-hmm.
His ass is going to defend him.
Well,
clearly,
he's got some padding there.
I know. Well, I mean, does he have enough though? We'll have to wait and see.
Well, you see, that's why I didn't show the next page on this one, because either she's going to do something or that big one is bouncing off his behind, and
yeah,
well, she looks like she's about to punch through it.
I'm not going to ruin the suspense.
I'm going to say she like Supergirl punches that thing.
I'm going to say that he has the mystical power of gas.
And
he's just gonna.
My wife says I have the mystical power of gas.
I always have to make a fart joke.
Is that what it is? Lesbian edits and fart jokes. Okay.
Yes, lesbian edits and fart jokes. That's what
Is that one of some of your mutant abilities?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. That drive back from the mall that time, Shae.
That was abysmal. I still feel bad about that.
The windows were up. I don't feel bad about it. Nope, you got me back.
I gassed us. like
Hey.
gassable stuff.
Gas leaks happen.
Yeah, they do.
What did we even eat at the mall?
I don't know. I thought we got Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A and Aunt Annie's pretzel, I think.
Oh yeah, it might have been the pretzel.
Yeah,
I haven't had a good
Anyway.
pretzel in a while, actually.
yeah,
I
nice
know,
soft
doesn't
pretzel.
sound good.
Yeah.
Good
They
thing-
make frozen ones that you can just bake in your oven.
But are they good?
do.
Are they
Yeah,
good?
no, they're not. They're
Yeah.
actually not bad. So you like they're little frozen ones that you can microwave and you wrap in like a little. You get a paper towel wet and you wrap it, and it's just
Mhm.
enough to give it that spongy.
Ooh.
So it's got a little bit
So
of the
it's the
sponge
waste-
and bagel.
Ooh, let's go.
Then they have the huge chunky salt that you put on it after.
They have the-
There you go. Yeah, I was about because you need that. You need like the
Yeah.
big.
You just got to. You just put a little bit of melted butter over the top and sprinkle that salt.
Yeah.
We're no longer talking about Black Tiger. We're clearly a
And
bunch
then-
of hungry motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Then, if you have some leftover Papa John's garlic butter dipping sauce, you can just dip your pretzel.
Oh,
bites
that's a
in.
great call. What?
Yeah.
Oh man, and warm up the butter a little bit. Come
Mhm.
on. Oh, let's go.
Take the lid off first because it's foil.
Okay,
Oh
that's
my
fair.
gosh, we're all getting so fat. That's just
Yeah. So speaking of feudal Japan,
yeah.
Speaking of pretzels, I mean feudal Japan.
Delicious.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean,
if
this
you
dragon
look
is
at it, this looks like
twisty.
a pretzel. Yeah.
yeah.
I was gonna say that just now. I was like, it's a dragon pretzel. It's a pretzel dragon.
Dragon pretzel. We got it. Look, we are all on the same page here. It's fine.
Yeah. Apparently, we all need to eat.
Right. We all need a good pretzel. That's what it is.
That's what it
Yeah.
is.
Shay just
Oh.
had a quarter pounder, so
I did. It was
But still, a pretzel's still good to go. I had some raisin
Yeah.
canes not too long ago. You guys have raisin canes up where you're at? It's a really good fried chicken place.
oh wow.
So
Oh.
it's kind of it's fast foody, but it's not like KFC fast foody. You know, so I
Okay.
mean, it's like, you know, you'll get like chicken fingers. You know, they're gonna give you Texas toast out here in Texas. You gotta have Texas toast. You know, the Texas way is like it comes with coleslaw, but you replace the slaw with an extra piece of Texas toast. You swap that out,
Nice.
get extra Texas toast, and some of the
Nobody likes
kind of thick
Zero.
zigzag type fries.
We have a weird chain around here called Golden Skillet
Golden Skillet. I've not
that
heard
does
of.
fried chicken.
It does fried chicken, and I don't know why, but every time I see it, so the literal sign is a bright yellow skillet, just a golden skillet in it. But every time I see it, I'm like, I wonder if they have chicken and waffles, because I feel like if they don't, that is a major misstep.
I mean,
I
so
feel like they have to have chicken and waffles.
no chicken and waffles. I mean, it's like I remember when I was back when we were living in LA, and that first was really a big thing. It's like, wow, chicken and waffles. I thought this is a bad idea, but if folks have not had chicken and waffles, it is like peanut butter and jelly.
It's
I
really
have
good.
not.
I mean, it is such a good combination.
It's a salty sweet. It's the same idea. It's
See, but
salty
I
sweet.
can't
That's how
mix.
Peanut butter and jelly works. It's salty
I
sweet.
can't mix. I have to have my salty and my sweet separate.
Really?
Yeah. Like I could have a bite of one, then a bite of the other, but I can't have them touching.
Okay, so you need to literally have them on different plates because I like having the waffle, the chicken, and having syrup touching both of them.
See,
Yeah.
so
I
to
understand that.
explain it,
Yeah.
I can have a plate of French toast covered in syrup and powdered sugar, and then a separate plate of bacon. Take a bite of French toast, and then immediately stick bacon in my mouth, but I can't have them touch.
Okay, so basically you're my second son. He wants like if he has French toast and bacon and hash browns on the same plate, he's unhappy because he doesn't want the syrup from the French toast to touch the bacon, and he doesn't
Yeah.
want any of the ketchup from the hash browns to touch anything else.
See, I don't ketchup
I'm
my hash browns, so I
sorry.
can put them both on the same plate.
Ah,
I'm stirring the syrup with my bacon
Oh my
and then
god.
taking a bite.
She also loves maple bacon. I do not.
oh. So
Maple
there's this one place out here called First Watch, and
Mhm.
it's like a breakfast place, and they have this bacon. It's basically a maple bacon, like a maple, kind of peppered bacon, and it's called $1 Million Bacon. Ooh.
Now, see, I love peppered bacon. I love it. And I like hickory bacon,
John,
and there's a little bit of
one-
sweetness there, but I just can't do maple.
Oh,
One day I'm gonna have to make you my chocolate covered bacon.
what is it?
Chocolate covered bacon.
I'm intrigued, and I like it, and then I'm scared at the same time.
It sounds like a crime, but it tastes amazing. I promise.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, it's so good. So think of this, right? When you go and you have like Spanish food and you get mole sauce, that's usually over pork, like shredded pork.
Yeah.
Okay, mole sauce has chocolate in it.
It's chocolate
That's what
in it.
makes it. Yeah. So it's really similar. It's just you get a really thick cut piece of bacon, you fry it up in the oven so it's nice and crispy and flat, and then you dab it off from any of the oil and you dip it in chocolate. It is amazing. It is amazing.
Okay,
It
I'm
feels
sold.
like a crime against nature, but it is amazing. Like the whole time you eat it, you're like, I'm going to hell for this, but I'm not going to stop because it's delicious.
Oh man, that's.
It'll happen. It'll happen. All bacon is good. I agree, Hank. All bacon is good.
So I'd say almost all bacon is good. I mean, somebody's telling me about bacon ice cream.
That'd be interesting.
I didn't try it.
don't know.
I probably should have tried it. I'm like, bacon ice cream? I don't know.
So-
Look, but if
I love
bacon-
ice cream and I love bacon.
is good.
And the other thing is, when you're young, you have breakfast and you have a glass of milk with it. So, I mean, it wouldn't
All right.
throw it off that
You're
much.
inching me there. You're getting me closer.
Well, and bacon and cheese is good. So I mean,
Oh my God, Silver,
Yeah.
really?
that's another dairy.
Yeah.
Tell me
Bacon
Dragon's
is
Treasure has
cheese.
that.
That sounds terrible, Silver.
That doesn't. Oh, I mean, OMG is really. You gotta do that at the right temperature. Yes. Oh my gosh, that would be hilarious.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be 500 ways to make ramen and bacon.
And we can have it illustrated with Shae in a kitchen.
There you go.
That'd be
Pictures
awesome.
of me making all of this stuff, like, oh, everyone would be like, no, I don't.
But you have to, the pictures, you have to be in different cosplay for each
Yeah.
picture.
Oh,
You
my
know?
God, so different new characters for each one.
Yeah, absolutely. You know?
I love it. That's amazing.
I love how
What
this
is
used
up,
to be a
Lord?
comic stream.
You know, you can have, it's the Black Tiger Bacon.
Yes.
You
yes.
know?
Oh my gosh, we're terrible. We're so bad. Okay. Let's get back to the book.
Hold on.
9 minutes in, you spent 30 minutes talking about bacon.
Because bacon is awesome.
All right, so feudal Japan. And
Oh yeah, that
Did they-
place.
Did they
So-
have bacon in feudal Japan?
If they didn't, then I don't want.
I don't want to be there. Yeah.
Yeah, I want
Yeah.
to.
No internet and no bacon.
Oh gosh, how did they even survive? How did they make it out of the feudal times?
How'd they make it to anime times?
I know.
See,
So,
okay,
yeah.
so all of this is like beautiful line work too.
Oh.
I love how dynamic everything is. Rod always does a really good job with getting the crackle and the electricity and all of the motion and the way that he lays everything out. It always
Yeah.
is so dynamic and eye catching. Just like our favorite dragon scene from Volume 1.
Yes,
Right?
Are you talking about the mall?
the mall dragon.
The one that we turned into a T-shirt because it was too damn good.
Yeah.
Soul Island said black chocolate, hidden bacon.
Very nice. Very nice.
Where are you hiding the bacon? I don't
I was
know.
about to say you don't want to know where the bacon is.
Yeah, I don't know if I want the bacon anymore.
You don't want to know, or you may really want it. But either way, you just don't want to know where the bacon has been hidden.
It's terrible. And the worst part is I'm getting so many ideas for like a legitimate add-on to a future campaign, and it's making me sad.
I'm just saying.
Mall Dragon is
That's
why
right.
Mall Dragon was fucking iconic, man. I'm here for the split, but
Yeah.
split kicks
Well, you
are
know,
why
so far we've got some pretty iconic stuff in this that you'll be glad you came back. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, I mean, we've
That
gotten
doesn't look gay enough.
talking about him. It's more emo. It's more
Not
emo.
with a little cup.
Yeah, but he's Brazilian.
He
Does
is
that mean
fancy.
he's frou-frou French?
I don't know. The problem is he's in the Odin sleep right now, so we can't even get any like information for him, about the picture.
He can't defend himself. That's what's happening.
No, he's in
And
the
so
Odin.
he gets what he deserves.
Like, that's what you get for being sick, buddy. We talked a lot of trash about you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for real.
So let's see.
I agree with the Lion too. Like the Rod Luper cover is fire. The Rainy cover is fire. Boobs on the windshield. How do you go wrong there?
Well, at the end of the day, I'm just a big geek, and I'm like, what would, of course, me and other geeks like me, what would we love to see? And it's, so, I mean, to me, it's like, it's not rocket science. It's like, just take it from a perspective. I mean, we're all creators, but we're also consumers. So it's like, when you have both hats on, you're like, what would be awesome? What would I love to see?
Yep.
And that's what you're trying to deliver.
Yeah. That's really it.
So I mean,
in a variety of ways.
Yeah, and I mean, all the covers they all have significance. So I mean, basically, this volume is fundamentally it's 3 issues. So you could almost think of this as, if these were floppies, these would be the 3 covers.
Nice.
So like from unfortunately going from right to left, these would be the covers for 4, 5, and 6 if these were floppies, and that's what makes up volume 2. So
Very cool.
I figured, give people just some awesome options,
Yeah,
and then have a blast.
absolutely. And if you're like me and you can't decide,
Get all 3.
Yeah.
It's the easy way to do it.
That and the thing is with the Rini cover is that one is in the process of being painted by the guy who painted the most prominent of the volume 1 covers. The Rod drawing that was painted with the dragon in the background. That guy is digitally painting the Rini cover right now. So it's going to be fabulous.
Very cool.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
So the writing's done,
gosh,
the line art's done, the colors are about 2/3 done, and the lettering's about 2/3 done.
Yeah, the lettering's still about 2/3. The coloring is further along. I need to update that graph. But the whole objective is I wanted to be well down the road by the time the campaign started, so that by the time the campaign is over, production is completed, and then deal with the printer and the shipping and all that good stuff, because each one of those is like a job in and of itself.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
You guys picked a hell of a time to fulfill right after holiday season.
I know.
Yeah, no, that's good though. I think that's a good time to, like, it's a tiring time for you.
Yeah.
But from a shipping perspective, that's a better time to fulfill than trying to get it out November or December.
Well, because initially when I was putting the campaign together, I had December dates, and my wife was just like, that's going to be crazy. Plus the postal services, they lose all kinds, especially that time of year, they lose all kinds of stuff because they got so much going on.
Yep.
They also raise the rates.
They do raise the
They
rates.
do. The rates go up from October through early January, and then usually they drop them down either mid-January, early February.
Was this the one you were talking about? That
yeah. So that colorist, that painter is the one that is going to paint.
Nice.
So he's in the process of doing that.
I just got an idea that I'm going to talk to you about backstage, but
you're gonna start selling purple shirts with this on the front?
Oh my gosh, that would be gorgeous. Seriously, that would be so pretty.
Yeah.
I think that would rock.
Fire shirts if you wanted.
I think that would rock.
Look,
You know what?
You let me know. I'll make them.
I think Shae and I have decided that for campaigns where they don't make the stuff that we want them to make, we're just going to design it and make 2 of them. And if the creator ever sees us in them and gets jealous, but you know what? A, you missed your chance. B, you could hire us for the next campaign.
True.
And C, maybe pay us and we'll order you one.
And you guys are the just the masters of the merch.
That would be Shae.
Absolutely.
That's my downfall is I love merch, and so I make a lot of it.
I'm really curious if in your marketing degree you're going to learn merchandising.
Yes, actually, that is part of what I do.
That's cool.
That's in a couple of terms. So yeah. Yes, split kick. Sorry.
Thanks, Eric.
Like split.
Split kick. There's another one that was earlier.
Wait, this blonde isn't the same blonde that was trying to kiss her in book 2, is it?
Different blonde. That blonde is a bionic risky. The other one is a cop.
Yeah.
And you'll get more of her background. I mean, one of the beautiful things about this series having run for a while is I'm able to start fleshing out some of the characters more, and you start to get a little bit more of what drives them and what their personality is. And I guarantee you that interaction between Black Tiger and, of course, her name is Lieutenant Force. And Lieutenant Force, that's just the beginning.
Nice.
There's
here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's such a good shirt, though.
I swear to God, this looks like a slip and slide.
Dude, that would be like the craziest water slide ever.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if that was on the outside of a water slide and you're like going through, you have to go through his mouth or something?
That's the death slide. I mean, you go on that slide if you're willing to take your life into your own hands.
Shae, when we win the lottery and we have a water park, we'll make this.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll just make stuff like this.
It'll be painted exactly like this, but it'll actually curve and hold the person inside.
Yeah, like it's not gonna be a total death trap. They will stay in it. It'll be fine.
This was
the center here is the pool.
Yeah, this was a Rod Luper special because when I scripted this, and you guys know when I script, I do not do it the Marvel way. I panel everything out. And it's not because I think that that's the only way. I wanted Rod. I kind of come at it from the perspective of, if I'm the director and you're the cinematographer, I want you to know what I'm trying to do, so you can be like, oh, that works, or I have a better way of doing it. So when I scripted out this page, there were actually 5 different panels because there were different things that I was trying to. And Rod said, I can get everything that you want in a splash page, and I was like, double dare.
He's like, yeah, okay, let's see it. And he's like, oh, you want a guy that's falling to his death screaming? Well, here he is, right here.
Yeah, because I said, I want you to be able to see, so the dragon is coming from the ground up. I want you to be able to see the people falling off. I want you to, and he got it all in one. And I was just like, okay, winner, chicken dinner. You got that.
Your colorist did great discoloring this for the glass.
Oh, yeah.
My colorist name is Vinicius Townsend. So people have been using Rod because Rod is amazing. But so Vinicius Townsend is like the jelly to Rod's peanut butter. I mean, even if you look at the pages up earlier, look at some of the shading that he does, like on the volume 2 stuff. Like even with the cop, look at the shading that he does on the faces. I mean, like the colors. I mean, these dudes are forming Voltron. I mean, they are coming together, and it's like, it's on, So I mean, and they've just gotten better and better and better together, Absolutely. So I mean, you guys, I mean, this is just a typical page, right? And that's what I wanted to show with the art. I'm just like, Rod has stepped up his art in a big way. Vinicius's colors, he has stepped up to the plate in a major way. And by God's grace, my writing is getting better. And I mean, we're really looking to keep upping the ante and keep raising the level of the content. I want people to I want people to read Legacy of Fury, and they'll be like, okay, I really enjoyed the story. I want them to see Hidden Dragon and be like, okay, these guys are getting better. Then when they see Volume 2, they'll be like, okay, yes, these guys are trending the right way with their storytelling.
Well, so what I wanted to highlight, scroll down to the next page 5. So you got this guy with the green skin, right?
Yeah.
It is so easy to just do bare bones highlights and shadows. And I should know because I do chibi shit. And that's what I do when I do chibi shit. I do easy shadows and highlights because it's chibi and I am not a good digital colorist, right? But if you look at this, there is so much attention to making that green skin tone look like it's a skin tone, that it has a little bit of that luminescence, that light.
Well, there's a little red in here. There's some blue in here and blue through here. So it
and you've got the attention with the speckled dots on the shoulder, and then the darker green in those recessed bits with the lighter green that's really making it veiny and pop up, but right by his elbow. Like, it is such beautiful color work. And also the blonde hair on the cop. Blonde hair is the bane of like almost every comic book artist's existence.
Absolutely.
And as a blonde, like I am naturally blonde. There's a reason I dye my hair red. As a natural blonde, it is so hard to not look like you are washed out or like you're Barbie face.
Right.
Like a regular, lighter skin tone with blonde hair is so hard to pull off without everything looking washed out and cream and like they're a zombie or like you don't know what you're doing. And if you look at the way that he colored her hair, that is my hair color. That is what my blonde hair looks like. It's a kind of ashy, a little bit darker, but then you have these really bright blonde streaks that come through it, these really bright areas that just kind of are what make it glisten, right?
Yeah.
He did so good. He did so good. And that is really hard to do.
Now, the dude is an aficionado. I mean, and he really, and the thing that I appreciate is painstakingly as I create and write, that's how painstakingly Rod is with his line art. And that's how painstakingly Vinicius works with the colors. And every panel, sometimes like on some of the panels where I have lettering, it's like I almost want to just provide people the panel with no lettering just so you could just see everything.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, this should be a crime for me to cover anything in this panel.
Well, and the thing is like, even so you're looking at like her abs where she's, kind of beat up and she's dirty and all of that kind of, and like it looks so good. And I also really appreciate the fact that like she has abs, right? But she's also in a very stretched out position where you're not going to get the sculpt, and it's already hard to get a sculpt six pack on women, but not only are you not going to get it like as easily on a woman as you would a man, the way that her body is being contorted, it's going to stretch everything out a lot.
Exactly.
And they focused on that when they did the coloring, and they made sure it was like, she's still strong as fuck, and you can still see like up at the top, you can see the ab coming down, but the rest of it is just so stretched out that you're not going to see individual packs.
Exactly.
And
that's love,
it's
folks.
So well done. It is.
That's love.
It's a lot of love. It's a lot of care. Shut up, Simon. It's a lot of paying attention to very, very minute details that other people don't consciously notice.
Yeah.
But when it's done well, it elevates the entire work. If it's done poorly, it doesn't do a whole lot. It will kind of detract from it, but the lines are really solid. The layout's really good, so those will kind of make up.
Yeah.
But when the colors are done well, it makes everything a cohesive piece, and that's something that your team does so well.
Well, I learned the hard way when I first self-published floppies. I mean, it's like I was working with Rod. We had great line work, had decent colors. The colors weren't great, but I had maybe okay, decent colors at best, and bad lettering. Oh my goodness! I mean,
That
it's like
lettering can destroy a panel.
you don't know how good the lettering is in this book until you've seen poorly lettered books. Because like the whole thing is the lettering. The whole point of the lettering is it shouldn't take you out of the book.
No,
You know?
lettering shouldn't even register as something that's happening.
No.
Like if you look at lettering, unless you are a letterer or you're specifically looking for that, when you are just going through a floppy, the lettering shouldn't even register on your radar anywhere. If it's
Yeah.
done well, you don't even notice.
I mean, even this
If it's
panel
done
that you have
badly, it's
up,
horrible.
you can read this and you can tell. I mean, it's like she's snapping at this guy. You know,
Yeah.
go because she wants him out of there. She's got stuff she's trying to deal with. Just her and Black Tiger right there.
Mama's working.
Obama is working. He's like, get out of here. Go after them. Get on. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get out of here.
I'm doing shit. Go handle the other shit that you should have already handled. I'm busy.
Exactly.
And the thing is, the lettering and the way the bubbles are emphasized and everything, it's not so overt that you're like, oh wow, that was campy, but it's enough that you're like, okay, she is like, I can hear the tone, I can hear the direction, like I can hear that, like, go after them.
Yeah.
I'll take care of her. And you're like, oh,
you're like,
oh. Like it gets real exciting.
And to me, that's when comics are at their best.
Yeah,
you know, it's like,
absolutely.
You know, it's funny when you script a book because, you know, you script a book, it's almost novelized, you know, but then what ends up happening is, you know, the penciler does an amazing job. And then there's a number of things that you said that you no longer need to say because the pencils are saying it. And then there's some things that the colors say. And then there's some things that the way that the letters are displayed, and you realize that like people will look at the book sometimes, they'll be like, you know, you don't write that much. I'm like, I actually do write a lot, but there's not a lot of letters that are needed on the page because the artists have told the story.
You're working to your medium. The thing is, comics is a visual medium, and when you can show instead of tell, you should. Like we're not pulling Bendis's over here with like 500 paragraphs going on. Like, look, show things, show everything that's going. You can see the tension, you can see her frustration, the way that it looks, the way that it was colored, and the way that Rod drew her. Her jaw is clenched, and you can tell. You know what I mean? And the way that he cut, like your colorist cut in the highlight, you can see that clenched jaw because she's like we said, Mama's working. Like I'm in the middle of some shit here, and all of that speaks volumes. So all you have to do is give a little bit of context with the words, and the rest of it sets itself up because you can see all of the expression, you can see all of the stress and the anxiety and the action, and that's what you should be doing. You shouldn't have to tell people every single step of the way.
Absolutely.
Show them as much as possible.
Absolutely. It's funny when when I worked for Motown Animation, we would go to the comic shop on Wednesdays, and my boss Michael Davis, we're all picking up books and we're looking at books, and he would always grab a book and he would just flip through it. And I finally said to him, like, why are you doing that? You're ruining the story for yourself. He's like, no, I'm not. He's like, a good book, I should be able to flip through it, and I should be able to tell 80 to 90% of what's going on. It should have a flow. He's like, then I'll read it to get that other like seminal 10%, you know, to know. But it's like, but if the book has
the action,
then either the writer didn't know how to prompt the artist, or the artist doesn't know how to do sequential art.
Exactly, and I'm the same way. I flip through books and look at the pretty pictures to decide if I want to buy it.
It's a comic book. If you don't have pretty pictures, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
If your pictures aren't telling a story,
then you're not doing your job. What do you got, Si?
I was just gonna say. So what really sells me on this picture is the textures that you get right through here. And I don't know if it was Rod or if it was your colorist, but I mean you see them in other places too, and that's what sells the grit of the scene to me. Then I was going to say that since we're 51 minutes in, We
should
might
go
want
over
to,
it.
Talk about pretzels.
yeah.
Yes, more pretzels.
Sorry,
Soul, don't ruin it for me.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like, are we still gushing about that one friend? They won't kiss no matter how much you want.
I guarantee you, if I drop that panel into AI, I can make them kiss.
Oh, doggone it!
All
Don't you
right.
want to see where the story's going?
Let's
tell you.
Let's go over your two.
Okay.
Okay. So you're featured here. What are we getting here?
So that's the Rini cover, and that cover has been definitely the cover that people have grabbed most. I mean, you can't go wrong with any of these three covers. The thing with the Rini cover is it's going to be painted within another week. And when I show people that digitally painted cover, they'll be very happy that they grabbed it.
Don't just add it to the campaign, put it in the updates tab so that people who've already backed get an email.
Yeah.
Oh, see?
That's a good idea.
Size thinking.
Do it in both. Do it in both.
And then tweet it.
Okay. See, I do need your services. Really.
Over
Happy
here
to help.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
So you
that's
get the Rini for 25.
That's right. And it's that volume is 88 pages, and it is cover to cover action. All the groundwork has already been laid throughout Legacy of Fury and the first volume of Hidden Dragon. So she gets run through the crucible here. You know, I mean, you'll see the inspirations for like this whole kind of caged fight scene that she has. You know, it's basically a caged fight scene where she fights this one character, Onryu, and then the 5 Fingers of Death are dropped in. And the 5 Fingers of Death, I mean, those are some of my favorite characters. You know, these guys are straight out of kind of your, you know, they're kind of your Enter the Dragon guys. They're 5.
I was gonna say they really remind me of like the old school like Japanese or Chinese action movies where you just have like balls to the wall crazy characters that are just like, oh yeah, now I'm fighting a guy, his name's the Lion because he looks like he has a fucking lion mane, and you're like, that's horrifying.
You're like, that's scary. Why?
Canine. You're like, what the fuck?
and these dudes are basically like the 5 masters of death matches. You know what I mean? Of like worldwide death matches. So I mean, you've got the guy on the right. He's a Filipino stick fighter, a screamador. You got the guy next to him is a pugilist, is a British boxer. The guy that's hard to see there in the middle, he's Agbumadu. He's an African wrestler. The guy next to him is called the Touch of Death because it's like 36 chambers. So it's like, you know, he can, you know, manipulate your body and jack you up, you know, just kill you by touching you. And then the guy on the far left is Shinobi, is basically a ninja. But like
that can't be Shinobi. It's not a Sasquatch.
and these guys, they're kind of the right hand to a much bigger threat that you'll see later on. But I've built up to these guys. So if you have volume 1, you got to see these guys in action. You got to see them bust up the bionic Russians, and those guys are not pushovers. You got to see them, you know, help this one character with a corporate takeover. And now you get to see them in the context of fighting Black Tiger and Onryu, and then you can say like, man, these guys really are badass.
Yeah.
You know what these guys remind me of? The 3 guys in Big Trouble. Little China.
Yeah.
3 storms.
It's very similar.
Yeah.
It's very similar. They just show up and you're like, ah, hell. Like, shit's going down. Okay.
When Lopan is too busy to deal with you, you deal with his 3 men.
With his 3, exactly.
Right.
Like you have Raiden, you have, I mean, it's like, you know, you want to have, I wanted to build that kind of attention so that now that you finally get to see this confrontation, you're just like, okay, good. There's nothing worse than a confrontation being built up. And you're like, you know, these guys were built up, but then they were just easily dealt with.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I know exactly what you mean. Look at Disney Star Wars.
Oh gosh.
They've got to be some kind of a threat. Like you spent all this time telling us how dangerous they are, what a huge threat they are, how big and bad they're going to be, and if they show up and she's like, oh yeah, and then I killed them all. Like, well, What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah.
Like, why were you ever worried about them? That doesn't make any sense.
And like in this image, I mean, Black Tiger sees them dropping down, and Onryu, whose name, who I love Japanese translations, actually means revengeful ghost. You know, so she's got her own story, and you see some of her story. She's scared of nothing. She's like, oh no, it's the freaking 5 fingers of death. So it's like, it's about to be on.
I
want
like
to know
the
which
look
one's
on
the
her
middle
face
finger.
I think it depends
like
upon
that.
the day.
Yeah.
Probably. They all cycle through that. I like the look on her face too, where like she's looking up and she's like, "Come the fuck on!" Like,
Yeah.
seriously.
Well, the thing is,
Dealing with Shae.
they get put into this. Onryu and Black Tiger get put into this scenario, so they're fighting.
Yeah.
And then these guys get dropped in, and they're just like, "Oh hell no!"
Like, yeah, I was already busy. I already had one bitch. I don't need 5 more.
Yeah, she's like, "I'm already having a tough time with this one. You're gonna drop these guys in through the ceiling? Come on."
Yeah. Like, come on. I know you're trying to kill me, but like, come on. Can you not? Maybe not. Like, make it a little fair. Like, no.
Well, because they're trying to teach Black Tiger something.
Yeah.
They're trying to teach her something. You know? So, and that's part of the fun. I mean, it's like this whole story arc, even starting with Legacy of Fury, is really more of kind of still revelation for Black Tiger. You know,
Yeah.
she's still learning about her power. She's learning more about herself. And then you have these other forces coming in from the outside that know things that she doesn't know. And they're trying to manipulate her, and they're trying to, they're basically trying to push her in different directions. And you'll start to see how some of these weird events that played out before, like the whole thing with the dragon, and that dragon power seeming to like go into her. You'll start to see how these things start to manifest, and you're like, oh wow, she's in the soup.
Yeah, what you can't see is the chat that I did right before that said, "I'm going to punch you both in the taint soon." Because we made it through one tier.
Yeah. So the second tier, the web reader.
Yes. So the next tiers, these are web reader tiers. For those of you that love web comics, you can get volume 2, and it's 88 pages. So you can get it volume 2 there. You can get volume 1, and all of these things are on the Beyond Time Comics site. So you'll get access via the Beyond Time Comics site to the comics.
All right, and then the third one is Legacy of Fury 1 through 6.
Yeah, so basically, the way the books are laid out in the web reader are like they were floppies. So Legacy of Fury is fundamentally, it's a full story arc, but it's 6 issues. So you get access to the 6 issues that make up the Legacy of Fury graphic novel. And then
172 pages. That's awesome.
Yeah, and then when you get the Hidden Dragon Volume 1 access to the webcomic, you're basically getting the first 3 issues of Hidden Dragon. And then you get the second 3 issues of Hidden Dragon for Volume 2 if you back it that way.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
a little bit.
Cool.
Yeah.
Laura, thanks for coming by. It says this is a great circle I got to run, but I will be back in these chats soon. Hail all and God bless. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us.
Thank you. Hail the Lore. Appreciate you.
Yes.
Most definitely.
All right. So now we have got the Luper edition.
Yes.
And the Rob Luper cover.
Yes, indeed. And this is one of those things. It's like I haven't done it before, but I mean, it's both a cover and an interior page because I love it so much. I mean, and it's one of those things where it's like with the cover pages, I always want and have always made sure that the cover pages were relevant to what was inside the book. Right. Because when I first started reading comics always did that, and then they made this shift to basically pinup covers, which I don't mind. Pinup covers are fine, but it's just like sometimes you kind of felt like a little baited and switched, or it's like they'll have something on the cover that has absolutely nothing to do with what's going on in the book, and you're just like, the cover kind of enticed me, and this isn't happening like in any way stretch. Yeah, in any stretch or form.
Have you decided how you're putting the trade dress on this for the cover?
No.
I almost wonder because the only dead space you have is here, and I was
Down the
thinking
center.
maybe put it diagonal along their feet for the
Mm.
Or you
first half of the
put
title,
it-
and then going up this
And
way.
then go up the other side.
Yeah, and then put
Ooh.
volume
Yeah.
2 down here.
That'd be cool.
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
I
or
like
you
that.
I was
could
gonna
sneak
say
in
vertically
the
along the edge.
yeah.
I used to always dig those covers, like it would be the Hulk
Maybe
cover,
this edge.
and like the name is being broken or something. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's
Yeah.
like somebody's
Yeah.
landing on it, and it's like, you know.
Yeah, if you do it vertical from the top, I do it on this side because then you're covering.
Yeah, that's
nothing.
where I was. That's where I
Yeah.
was thinking.
No, Eric is spot on, and one of the things that you want your cover to be spectacular, you know,
Yeah.
but you don't want it to be something that is misleading. You don't want people to
Right.
feel like, man, I'm not getting that same quality inside the book as I'm getting outside the book.
Exactly.
You know, because it's not a good feeling when you pick up a book and it's, you know, and you're just
Right.
like, man, this cover is jamming, and inside you're just like, oh man. Oh,
Yeah, and then there's been plenty, especially in indie comics, there's been plenty of campaigns that are done like a bait and switch, and I've been very, very bummed.
Yeah.
Also, can you just, Eric's a little late to the game. Can you just go
Yeah.
back over who it is that's going to digitally cover the Weenie cover?
So
Okay,
I already
so-
said it in the chat, but let me go back down here and I don't remember his name.
So he goes by Artesita. If you wanted to look him up on Insta or Twitter, it's Artesita with the number 1. His name is Charles. He's the one that did the color for this Rod Luper. He basically took these lines from Rod Luper and colored this. He's going to be doing the same to the Rini cover. It's going to be spectacular.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
All right, so we got the Rod Luper edition. So you want to scroll?
And
The Gooby Windshield edition.
put him on glass edition, whatever you want to, you know. I mean,
Nice.
there's so much to love about that picture.
I'm gonna guess it came from around here in the comic.
Exactly. And so this is the thing. So it's a little hyperbole, but it's still related to what actually happens in the comic. But we wanted to make a cover, and I'm like, okay, this is based on this, but we're just like, how can we really just accentuate this and make this fun?
That's artistic license.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. And so it's just like,
Absolutely.
you know, that's a fun shot.
It is.
It is. All right,
At the
so
end
we
of the
got
day, with a cover, you should always feel like, man, you know, this is cool. You know, I want to.
Yeah. Absolutely. So then, of course, you can get volume 1 if you missed out on it.
Hey, Mel.
Yep, with that again digitally painted cover.
That's right. So that is on a going forward basis. That is the cover going forward.
Okay.
So kind of like what I'm doing right now is, you know, first and foremost, I want to make sure that whenever anyone backs, they get everything. So if you back one particular cover, there's a cover gallery in there, so you'll have everything. So you'll still have visibility. You shouldn't buy the book and not have visibility to everything. But
Yeah, I like that.
in terms of covers going forward, though, that one painted cover for Rod cover is going to be the volume 1 cover on a going forward basis. And honestly, you know what I'm really thinking about doing? I'm thinking about, because I've been thinking about, you really want to make sure that you're rewarding people that are the folks that are early to the game, you know, that back you early. So I'm thinking like after this campaign closes, I'm definitely going to start. I'll definitely start collecting stuff into volumes. So I'll collect probably Hidden Dragon into a volume, and I probably won't do volume 1 and 2 again, just because I want people to have something special. They're like, yeah, you know, I got it when it was volume 1 and 2. It doesn't even publish this way anymore. You know,
Right.
So just trying to make it so that it's something special. You're like, yeah, I was one of the folks that saw this early and was down and you know and got it win.
Absolutely.
Not gonna
All right,
lie,
so then
I
we
thought
have
you were
the-
calling this the Horn Edition for an entirely other reason.
It's not the horny edition; it's the horn edition.
Good distinction.
Yeah. but
So,
you
Greg
know,
Horn-
Greg Horn covers can have that effect though.
Yeah,
You know, they can have that effect.
absolutely. So that's for 35.
Yeah, so yeah, I was a big fan of that cover as well. Yeah, you know what? That's requisite. That's just
That's an appropriate name for it.
Yeah.
I love that.
yeah. So I mean, these are individual pages that people can purchase. So these are pencil pages, and you know, so it's like if you want to get this awesome page, this is before the 5 drop in and Black Tiger and Onryu are just having a knockdown, drag out fight. You know, so you can get one of those pages.
Yeah.
You know, and there's a ton of art. This is like
the cover.
this is the cover when
Wow.
the 5 fingers drop in.
The cover at the same price as the internal page.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we wanted to make things as accessible as possible. And if you know,
That is awesome.
you know, if Rod loves the art, I love the art, but it's like, you know, we want people to be able to access it and be able to say like, hey, you know, I want that in my collection.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, if
You
this
know.
doesn't end up selling on the campaign, when does the campaign end?
We just started on Thursday.
Okay.
So I'm not, you know.
Then not this
do the
auction,
math.
but the next auction. If this stuff, if any of these don't sell, which there's no reason why they shouldn't, but if any of them don't sell, and you still want to sell them, I definitely recommend putting them on the
The
auction.
January auction.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, at the end of the
look
day,
at what Rod's cover did last time.
yeah.
Yeah, it did really
So-
good.
And at the end of the day, it's like it's so great to be able to just continue to support the artists. You know, when you sell the art, it really gives them a good bump, and it enables them to keep doing indie books, which is what we all want.
Right.
So I'm
Yeah,
hoping that folks, if you don't pick up the art here, make sure you pick it up at their auction and support Rod.
Yeah.
What the hell is
for
going
real.
on with this car?
It's going down into this underground. It's basically they took some Indian land and they built a metahuman gulag out in the desert, and it's underground. So it's like he's being taken to basically this metahuman jail because he's like, this guy's the commissioner, but he has the mayor's doing things he has no idea about what's going on. He's like, where are all the metahumans going? So he goes to take him. He's like, this is what we're doing with the metahumans that we're capturing.
No, I just mean this damn angle this thing's on.
Yeah, it's like it's almost like the Batmobile like drop-in thing to like take you underground.
It is.
No, I
yeah.
get that. I just don't know any car with brakes enough to hold you at this much of a fucking incline.
Well, they have a net. They have a net down there to catch the car.
Okay.
It's fine.
That's fine. This is the fight with the 5.
This is the fight with the 5,
Awesome.
and
And
it
you
is.
guys are offering a good amount of art too. That's fantastic.
We want people to have access to the art, and
Yeah.
you know,
Big pages.
I mean, you guys are like me. It's like I love the art. You know, so it's like I wanted to make it available because sometimes like Rod will do stuff and I'll buy it off of him. He's like, "Hey, John, why don't you let some other folks?" I'm like, "Yeah, okay, fine."
This is awesome.
Like,
I really like this. So you guys, that's the split kick.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
my God, where's she getting
gosh.
kicked?
Oh.
did she get punched mid-spine? Oh my God. Is that a backbreaker? Is that what he
Yes.
did?
Yes.
Oh my god.
I told you, man. The 5.
She just
The
got
5.
rocked on. I feel so bad for her.
My back
Yeah.
hurts
It's
looking
not.
at this.
It's not. This isn't a great day for her.
No.
I know.
Hang in there, girl. You got this.
You can make it. You can do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
And Onryu gets a taste of the 5 too. So it's like, hey, there's some of this for you too.
Yeah,
Ooh,
they
is
don't
that?
hold that.
You never puked a dragon before, Sai?
Well, I was trying to figure out if that was water or if it was going to be fire or what, but I guess it's just spirit.
It's like, do you want me to tell you? No.
No.
Oh my god.
Inquiring minds
Save
want
it.
to know.
Make Shae back it for us. At least I said it how it really is, babe.
Right?
That is true. This is awesome. So there's a ton of art that you can get.
Ton of art.
I'm recognizing this hole. Is this where that huge slab is coming down to hit that guy's butt?
Different slab.
Oh my.
Oh.
That's
Yeah.
almost the same.
Slabs.
It is.
What's happening in this one? They're going down a sewer?
Black Tiger is.
That ew.
Tell you, this is not her best day.
Break her back and flush her? What the fuck?
This is not her best day.
All right, and here's the feudal Japan one that we saw earlier.
That's right. That's right.
Very, very cool.
500. So we've been at 3.
Yeah.
We're graduating. to 5.
So we went from pencils to pencils and inks.
Yeah.
I was
yeah.
gonna say.
So now you're getting ink pages. And he's just done a phenomenal job with the inks.
Just trying to get down to that. See?
Yeah.
See? It looks so similar.
Okay, so yeah, there you go. You're right there.
That's
Well,
the
I think
rest of that
so this is still, if you scroll further down, I know it's a pain in the butt. If you scroll further down, this was still just kind of exposition for the campaign. If you scroll all the way towards the bottom, then you'll see all of the images that are available, and it's a long campaign because I talk about all 3 installations in case people don't know about it. They can go back and they can learn about Volume 1, and they can learn about Legacy of Fury. So if you go below Legacy of Fury, then you will see all of the art that is available.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. The magic car.
I'm telling you, man. It's a magic limo. It's a magic limo ride.
They've just got super reinforced ABS brakes.
Yeah.
Damn. Wow.
Poor girl.
Her ass breaks the wall.
Well,
I mean,
she has a fortified behind.
I hope so.
I could use one of those. I definitely don't have that.
Yeah. Oh damn. There's the rest of that.
Look
kick,
at
babe.
freaking, oh my gosh. It's like capoeira.
Well, I mean, it's
Oh, where's he punching her? What the fuck? We can't show that. This is a family show.
You can punch the tum
This
tum.
is not a family show.
That
This
is
nothing
not the
about
stomach.
family.
He's punching
That is
her in
the
the uterus.
It's the
No,
lower.
that's
It's the lower abdomen.
very cool.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh, like I so much hurt just looking at this. Like,
The 5, they bring the pain.
yeah, they do. And there's
That's what
5
these
of
guys
them.
do.
So unfair.
Yeah, I mean, each one of them is deadly in and of themselves. So it's just
Yeah.
like the 5 of them combined is, yeah.
I just noticed something, and I'm not gonna bring attention to it. I'll ask you about it after the stream.
Very fair. Very fair. Amen. Gotta have Easter eggs and things
I
like that.
literally can't highlight anything new happening in the chat right now. You guys are terrible. Keep scrolling. Sigh.
What? Jesus, Eric, I can't highlight that next one either.
That's what I was. Oh,
Oh man.
that's in trouble. I'll show you
Eric.
first. I'm gonna slide out of frame.
Homer backing into the hedge.
disappearing into the hedge.
That's awesome.
But I'm excited
You guys
for
have
this
offered a
volume.
lot of art.
Oh, here we go.
A lot of art.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you get to see this epic battle that's going on in feudal Japan with this one warlord versus basically a goblin warlock and a goblin warlord, and at the end of the day, we just wanted to tell a story that is just fun and riveting, and also give you some background on Black Tiger and get you a little bit more in the world.
That's an awesome
beyond
page.
just what's happening now. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, this is fantastic. There's so much that you guys are offering on this, and it's so cool. I'm glad that you put all the art at the bottom so people who are interested in buying it can see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
since it forces the
it always crops it, makes it impossible.
Yeah, because otherwise, if you're just looking at the images on the side, it's a pain in the butt.
yeah, and you lose
Absolutely.
so much of it, like from here down.
And that way people, this is, to me, it's funny because, been reading a lot, of course, books, but reading old comics. And one of the things that I always enjoyed is just the journey. It's like you pick up an issue, and I was reading some old Kirby, Stan Lee Fantastic Four, and it's like they're all over the place, man. One issue, you start off on Earth, you go into space, you go underground, you go into the microverse. That's an issue.
Yeah.
And it's like
one of the things that I really like about like Jeff Johns as a comic writer. That's one of the things that I really love about his work is that everything, it feels like a good story with a good amount of progression, but you get enough background that you get to kind of love characters, and it feels more like a movie that isn't just we're just going to do a whole bunch of stuff because I want to draw a bunch of different areas and go all over the place. Like I want it to have meaning and purpose and all of that.
I think that's part of the challenge, especially when we're all creating stories and we know that there may be like significant periods of time between when people get one volume and the next. So that was one of my concerns doing volume 1 of Hidden Dragon, is like I'm introducing characters like the Five Fingers of Death. You're getting snippets of them in action against other characters, but you're not getting to see them against Black Tiger. But what I wanted to do is by the time you see them battle Black Tiger, you've already got an inclination about these guys, and you're like, oh gosh, this may not end well.
And you know that they're deadly. Like you already know that they're a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, you're like, this may not end well. And then so you're reading it and you're like, oh gosh.
You're like, oh, come on. Like, let's just hope it's okay. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Like, come on, take care of my girl here. Come on. Not the way the cops want to, but.
Really quickly, I was going to say, I love the way, let me get back here. I love the way that the mouth was drawn. It looks so good.
It really does.
Yeah.
Not to get nasty or anything.
No. The thing is like the entirety of like the way that her face looks in that panel and that her eye is pinned looking straight up and everything, like you can tell it's like a shit, things are happening.
Yes. And then I guarantee you when that is colored, we will all just be like, damn.
See, this is the page you want.
Yes.
She looks so badass right there.
Yeah, I love that image.
Yeah.
And of course, she's got to have different versions of her costume because, no woman would roll out in the same thing every time. So she's got like the dope tight pants to kind of go with it.
It's gonna get sweaty and
you're
gonna like it'll probably get ripped or something. You're gonna have to wash them. You gotta cycle through stuff.
Well, not only does she need all the costumes, but you gotta force Shae to keep adapting.
That's right.
Make Shae continue.
Oh, absolutely.
I already highlighted that side.
I'm highlighting it again because it's funny.
Pretty much, pretty much. This is fantastic. So
No, I appreciate you guys.
you already hit your goal. Obviously, we want to see this get a lot higher, and you have a real good amount of time because this just launched. So
Yeah.
if you guys are on the fence about backing or you don't have funds right now, like you have time to get your situation straight where you can go and back volume two. And you're definitely gonna want to get volume two because like John was saying, he's not gonna keep doing volumes. He's gonna make this something that's special that you guys are gonna get and you can be like, hey, I got this back when it was collected. And
Exactly.
and it's just it's such a fun story. Like John tells great stories. John tells stories that really make you feel like you've gone on an adventure and you get the joy of knowing all these different kinds of characters and stuff. And this is why we love having you on. Like
Oh man.
you're one of the people that we have on that's like, you tell me that you have a new project, I guarantee I'm putting you on. Like
That's awesome.
there's very few people that have like a straight up walk on spot, but John, you are definitely one of them. So,
I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. I mean, this is this has just been it. You know, it's a fun journey. You know,
yeah,
but this is, man, I love these comics. You know,
they're
and
fantastic.
comics. It's the first medium I fell in love with as a kid. You
Yeah,
know, and I've really kind of I've gone full circle. You know, it's like,
absolutely.
you know, started with comics, and then of course it's awesome and intriguing to see some of your favorite characters being brought to life in other media and things like that. But then like you kind of come full circle, and I'm just like, there is no medium that has the same kind of impact on you as a consumer. I mean, it's a complete left brain, right brain experience. You know, I mean, you're active in the reading. You know,
Yep.
you're kind of passive in taking in the art, but you're not fully passive because your mind is kind of filling stuff in between the panels. You know, so I mean, it's just like you can't beat the comic book experience
Well,
because you
and
have to be active in it.
if you're like me and you have ADHD, comics really do a good job of holding your attention because I can't, like, I try to read books and I have a very hard time because I realize halfway through reading a page that I started doing a to-do list in my head
Yeah.
and I don't remember what I read. And it takes me like literal months to read a book that should only take a day or two. There's
Yeah.
very few books that I've read that have maintained my attention span well
Hmm.
enough for me to finish them. And then movies. Movies are another thing where I can put a movie on and be on my phone
Oh yeah.
and do double duty. But when you're doing like going through a comic book, there's not a ton of dialogue usually. You have a bunch of things to look at in each of the panels. You have the vibe and the colors and everything that's kind of going through, and it's like a perfect medium for somebody who does get easily distracted.
Yeah.
And I think that the stories that you choose to tell and the protagonists and the people that you put in your stories really just make it super, super fun. Hi, Rod.
My man Rod,
You're
he
sick.
has been sick,
Yeah, he
and
Don't.
DM'd me a few minutes ago.
okay.
Oh,
And
don't feel bad, Rod.
thank you for coming out of the Odin sleep long enough to say hi. Just make sure you get enough rest though, buddy.
Yeah, no, feel better. Don't worry about it. We totally understand, and we gushed over your line art. So if you need
Very
a
much.
ego boost, just go ahead and watch the replay. But yeah, so I wanted to thank you so much, John. Is there anything else that you want to let us know before we wrap?
No, I mean, just you guys rock. Keep kicking butt. That's
Thank you.
it. I
Thank you.
mean, and thanks to everybody in the chat. This is just fun. I mean, like I feel like I come on here and we're just having a blast. We're chatting. We're just, you know, having a great time. We're just friends. You know, whether we're
We
talking about pretzels or whatever.
It was an hour and 25 minutes, John.
Doesn't even feel like
Like it does not feel like that.
it.
It was a long stream because we just had so much fun. So
Yeah.
thank you so much. You are amazing. Thank you so much, Stein, for all of your hard work in getting this set up on your Chromebook.
You are welcome. Really quickly, please scroll
Yeah.
down into this the description. lots of links in there for John, for Rod, for Shae's other channel, for the book, obviously. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe if you have not done those things. And we will be seeing you. When's our next stream? Wednesday?
Yeah. Next
Okay.
stream is on Wednesday.
On Wednesday for Dice Dames and Dudes. And yeah, we got a lot of exciting stuff coming up. Shae, should I spoil the surprise? Of the things that'll get here Tuesday?
No.
No, I shouldn't spoil the surprise?
No, you shouldn't spoil the surprise.
Okay, well, you heard her, folks. And, you know, the lady paid, so.
That's right.
Yes, I did.
No soup for you. No soup for you.
You'll find out on Wednesday.
You'll have
Talk to you guys
on
later.
Wednesday.
And
Bye.
stay tuned for the trailer, which I downloaded, and we'll be playing.
Welcome, Beyond Time Travelers. We're excited to bring you the final 88-page chapter in the Black Tiger Hidden Dragon story arc, where the rubber meets the road as Assistant Defense Attorney Jen Fong must balance her career and personal life with her blossoming power and responsibilities as Black Tiger. Jen must survive an insidious game of death and a lethal encounter with the Metahuman Activities Division of the Los Santos Police Department as the city streets run ablaze with criminal activity. Along with pulse-pounding action, this graphic novel reveals inconceivable truths about the Black Tiger power, ranging from ancient Mayan civilization to feudal Japan. Picking up where Volume 1 left off, Jen must go farther, dig deeper, and bring it with more bone-crushing kung fu than ever before in order to save the city of Los Santos and restore the disgraced names of both the Fong family and the Black Tiger. For those of you who are new to Black Tiger, this campaign is a great jumping-on point, as it contains nearly 350 pages of comic book awesomeness with 2 complete 6-issue Black Tiger story arcs, Legacy of Fury and Hidden Dragon. Start at the beginning with the 172-page epic Black Tiger Legacy of Fury, in which Pak Fong, the prior Black Tiger, has a strained relationship with his children. His daughter Jen is as straight as an arrow assistant DA, whom Pak has inadvertently lost in the shuffle as he focuses his attention on his prodigal son Eric. Unbeknownst to Jen, Eric is the heir to the Black Tiger power, and an enforcer in the Red Dragon Triad, the most brutal gang in Chinatown. When an assassin's bullet ends Pak's life and grants the power to Eric, the family is shattered. Pak's web of secrets drives brother and sister onto separate journeys that collide as the fate of the city and the mantle of the Black Tiger hangs in the balance. All production is 100% complete as we continue our mission to bring you the very best in comic book entertainment. Join us for boundless imagination.
Push the button.
Doing great, babe.
Thank you. Thank you. You motherfucker.